Let's look at Chapter 7, Lesson 10 review. For problems 1 through 5, we're going to find the value using fractional pieces. If 2 blocks equals 1, what's the value of 3 blocks? So I know that 2 blocks equals 1, and then I have a half of 1, so 1 1/2. If 4 blocks equals 1, what is the value of 8 blocks? There's 1. 2. If 2 blocks is 1, what's the value of 6? 1, 2, 3. If 1 triangle is 1, what's the value of 3 triangles? 3. If 1 trapezoid is 1, what's the value of 2 trapezoids? So this would be 1, 2. For reasoning and proof, we're going to solve each puzzle. Remember, we're using magic squares. If the arrow is pointing to the right and it says divide, you can work backwards to multiply. So remember, doing backwards would be the inverse of what the operation suggests. So to get 8 divided by 2, I get 4. 6 divided by 2, I get 3. What divided by 2 equals 8? Or I could work backwards and do 8 times 2, which is 16. Now I can do the same thing to find 9 times 2, which is equal to 18. 5 times 2, which is 10. 1 times 2, which is 2. Do the same thing for the bottom row. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 2 is 14. 6 times 2 is 12. So working backwards helps me. Do the same thing for number 7, where I'm multiplying by 4. If I have to go backwards, I'm going to be dividing by 4. So remember to write that operation in to help you remember. So 24 divided by 4 is 6. 28 divided by 4 is 7. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now I have 1, so I could work forwards. 1 times 4 is 4. I don't have this one, so I have to work backwards. 20 divided by 4, which would be 5. Now I have 9 times 4 is 36. Remember, you can work either forwards by multiplying or backwards by dividing for number 7. Do the same thing. 32 divided by 4 is 8. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. For number 8, we have dividing by 3, or I can work backwards and I can multiply by 3. So I have 8 times 3, which is 24, 6 times 3, which is 18, 16 times 3, which is 48, 18 times 3, which is 54, 10 times 3 is 30, 2 times 3 is 6, 4 times 3 is going to be 12, 14 times 3 is 42, and 12 times 3 is 36. For numbers 9, 10, and 11, I want you to work on them by yourself, but if you're going backwards, you can multiply this side by 3. If you're going backwards for 10, you're going to divide this side by 8. And backwards for number 11, you would divide this side by 5. Remember to show your work so I know how you did it.